Sunday movie, Stand By Me's Will Wheaton stars as young Harry Houdini before he became the world's greatest illusionist.
I can escape from anything.
It's a miracle.
It's a story of magic, mystery.
You have the power to be better than all the others.
And one person who dared to explore the unknown.
I'm getting pretty good at this.
Academy Award winner José Ferrer co-stars in Young Harry Houdini on the Disney Sunday movie.
Prepare to be astounded.
Hello, I'm Michael Eisner, and welcome to the Disney Sunday movie. As an escape artist, Harry Houdini had no equal. His astonishing performances mystified and entertained audiences throughout the world. The legend of Houdini is so incredible, we have to remind ourselves that he was, in fact, a real person. Born in a small town in Wisconsin, Eric Weiss, that was Houdini's real name, dreamed of the day he would become a famous magician. Tonight's Disney movie, Young Harry Houdini, is a fictionalized account of the year young Houdini ran away from home to follow his dream. Before we begin this magical adventure, I'd like to introduce another famous escape artist. Ladies and gentlemen, Mickey the Great.
Yo, Mickey!
Goofy and Minnie, you want to check the ropes and make sure they're good and tight.
Okay, Michael.
Okay, guys. Raise the curtain.
Off you go.
Mickey, are you ready?
Ready, Michael.
Okay. You've got 30 seconds. Time's up, Mickey.
Okay.
Nice try. We got to move on. Okay, let's lower the curtain. Lower the curtain. Goofy.
Gosh.
Mickey. Wait a second, guys. How did you all do that?
It's magic.
Oh, great. Magic.
This evening, in honor of His Royal Highness, I should like to present to you something never before seen in this part of the world. Something very dangerous. Your Royal Highness, my lords, ladies, and gentlemen, I give to you my greatest challenge, the Chinese water torture cell. anchored in the wooden shackles. Then I will be hoisted up and lowered into the water-filled chamber. And finally, the wooden shackles will be secured to the top of the chamber, thereby effectively locking me in. I have enlisted the services of these constables to ensure that my shackles are genuine. Gentlemen, what is your opinion?
As far as I can see, Mr. Houdini, they appear to be genuine.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Previously, Mr. Houdini has demonstrated the ability to hold his breath underwater for just over 2 minutes. In order to make sure that the trick does not continue longer than that time, we have secured the services of Dr. Norman Allworth, Chief Astronomer of the Greenwich Observatory, whose accuracy in matters of time is world-renowned. Are you ready, Mr. Houdini? Joined by Mr. Lin Powell, the gentleman who first introduced this illusion to Mr. Houdini. In the event that Mr. Houdini is unable to free himself in the allotted 2 minutes, Mr. Lin Powell will use his broadaxe to smash open the chamber.
1 minute.
While the water torture escape has been performed in China for 10 centuries, Mr. Houdini is the first Occidental ever to attempt it.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
This illusion has taken the lives of more than a dozen men, but I am sure that Mr. Houdini will be all right. But just in case, Mr. Lin Powell, is your axe ready?
2 minutes. Two minutes, 20 seconds. 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Break the glass, quickly!
Thank you, thank you. Impossible. Absolutely impossible.
Simply a trick, Arthur.
Don't believe it. That was not simply a trick.
It was.
How'd you do it, then?
Now you know that I can't tell you that.
And I don't believe you. There must be more to it than simple trickery.
What can I say to convince you?
Well, could tell me the truth.
Very well. Since you insist.
Ah, at last, eh?
The Chinese water torture is an illusion and nothing more.
Oh, blasted it, Dean, it was real. It had to be.
Come now, Arthur. Do you think that I made myself dematerialize or something, huh?
I could believe that. Did you?
There is nothing mystical about what I do. There is nothing mystical about me. I am a man, just like you.
There's more to it. I'm convinced of that.
Oh, Arthur, will you never give up your belief in all this mystical hocus-pocus,
Have you never wondered about it yourself, Houdini? Wondered about the unexplainable, fantastical, the truly magical? Have you never had an experience that gave you pause for thought? A brush with the mystical?
No.
What do you think about Houdini? Confound it, Houdini. What is it? Tell me.
Now that I think about it, there was something.
What was it?
It was something when I was a boy. It was, as you say, a brush with the mystical. I've never told this to anyone, Arthur. And you must promise me that you'll let it go no further.
Oh, I promise. On my honor. Now tell me, what was it?
It is the most fantastic story you will ever hear.
Many years before I took the name Harry Houdini, I was Eric Weiss. I lived with my family in a small town in Wisconsin called Appleton.
One, get out of here and stay out.
Even at a young age, I was on my way to becoming the greatest magician in the world, playing some of the grander houses in the area, performing wondrous and mystifying feats of daring for the local citizenry. My brother, Theo, was my most able master of ceremonies.
Gentlemen, what you are about to witness is a feat of daredevilry never before seen in this part of the world. Those with weak hearts should take their leave now. I give you Ehrich, Prince of the Air.
Much as they are today, my audiences in the beginning were very receptive. But difficult to keep entertained, so I embarked on that area of performance for which I would become famous.
Gentlemen, what you are about to witness is a feat of amazement never before seen anywhere in the world. I give you Ehrich the Great. Within seconds, Ehrich the Great will free himself from these unbreakable bonds. Are you ready, Ehrich? Ready. Then let the illusion begin. 5 seconds. Are you free, Ehrich?
Almost. 5 more seconds.
10 seconds. Are you free, Ehrich?
Just about.
Why do you do these things, Eric?
Why do you pull these crazy stunts?
Because I'm in training, Papa. I'm going to be the greatest magician in the world.
Mr. O'Casey has been good enough to take you on as an apprentice. Take advantage of it and forget about magic.
But I can be rich and famous.
A good locksmith, Mr. O'Casey tells me, can earn $500–600 a year.
The great Merlin himself, I heard, earns $2,000 a year.
Merlin, indeed. Eric, I want you to be happy and have a good life. But forget about dreams. They have a nasty habit of not coming true. So no more talk about magic. Agreed?
Yes, Papa.
Ah, you know, Eric, me boy, there's poetry in locks. Sheer, blissful poetry. I'm going out to the water pump for a drink. You wait here, Eric, my boy, and I'll be out in half an hour.
Yes, Mr. O'Casey. Eric, you'll never guess who's right here in Appleton. Who? Well, guess. I don't want to guess, Theo. Who is it? All right, one hint. His first name is the Great. The Great Merlin? The Great Merlin is here in Appleton? In person. He's at the hotel. He stopped off on his way to Chicago. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
We'll return after these messages.
The Disney Sunday Movie, brought to you by Kudo's Granola Snack. Nutty Fudge or chocolate chip or peanut butter. Sweet temptation in every bite. Kudos, I'm yours.
You'll love the first bite, outrageously right. New Kudos Granola Snacks. Pleasing, teasing, Kudos, I'm yours. I'm yours. Nutty Fudge, chocolate chip or peanut butter. Kudos, you won me over any other. Electrifying, granola fire. Simply nutritious, outrageously delicious. Kudos, I'm yours. I'm yours.
What do you know?
Cranberries, raspberries, together, that's what.
Do what do you know?
Cran raspberry.
With whatever we do. What do you know?
Raspberry cranberry drink.
For you. No, what do you know?
It's good for you. The unique cranberry has essential things your body needs. And it's
Ocean spray.
That's all I need to know.
And wait till you taste it.
What do you know?
Cran raspberry. It's good for you, America, from Ocean Spray.
Good news, baby.
Now you can wiggle, you can scrunch, be a moving honey bunch. 'Cause now you can't wiggle wetness out of love.
Introducing Love's new Super Baby Pants. Thick diapers can bunch up when they're really wet, but Love's new thin padding can stay put. And once wetness is in, it can't wiggle back out.
No matter how you shimmy, shake, and jiggle, you can't wiggle wetness out of love.
Whirlpool and I have spent the last 75 years becoming laundry experts. But now, they're making it easy for everybody. Look at these fancy options. Temperatures and cycles to help you take expert care of most any fabric. Even special things. Who knows, with all those great options, even Grandpa might do a good job on the laundry. Nah.
We're making your world a little
on the ABC After School Special.
You teach? Yes, I teach.
They were students who put him through the test.
Change to 20? Into what, a 50?
But they had a lesson to learn.
We're stuck with each other, whether you like it or not.
Class Act, a teacher's story.
Wednesday.
We now continue with our program.
The show's over. Let's go.
Just a minute, Theo. Just a minute.
Good day to you, young man.
Good day, sir.
Don't tell me, let me guess. You, sir, are a fellow magician. Am I right?
Well, sort of.
Perhaps you can help me with something else. You didn't see me flip the coin behind my hand like that, or twist it back into my palm like that, did you?
No, sir.
Excellent. Perhaps I'm not losing my touch after all. Well, goodbye to you, young man. We magicians must stick together.
He knew I was a fellow magician. He knew just by looking at me. Wait till I show this trick to Mama. Mama!
What is it, Eric? Eric can make money appear out of thin air.
Now, boys. No, Mama. I can, really. Watch. How did you do that? Magic. And watch this. Watch what else I can do. Eric, you're a magician.
When did you learn that trick, Eric?
Just made it up. Pretty good, huh? For you, Mama.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Wonderful indeed. You'll have to make money appear out of thin air because you'll never earn it any other way.
Samuel, what is it? What's wrong?
Your son has just been fired from his job. Mr. O'Casey says he hasn't got time for boys who run off. If Eric doesn't want to learn the trade, there are plenty of other boys in town who do. Go to your room, Eric.
But, Papa...
Go to your room.
You know, Eric, I don't think Papa means to be mean. I just think he wants what's best. For all of us.
I know that.
So maybe being a locksmith won't be so bad after all.
I can't be a locksmith, Theo. I'm a magician.
You didn't think I was gonna let you leave without me now, did you?
Theo, you scared me half to death. Don't do that anymore, okay?
All right. Well, let's go before someone wakes up.
You can't come with me. You've got to stay here and look after Mama and Papa. They need you. And don't give me any trouble. Theo, I told you not to do that anymore. Where are you going? To Chicago. The great Merlin is there, and I'm going to ask him to take me on as his apprentice. But you need me. Who's going to be your assistant? I'll hire someone. Now go home. I'll be back. But when will you be back? In a year, Theo. 1 year. If I haven't succeeded by then, I'll come home. And I'll beg Mr. O'Casey to take me back. And I'll become the greatest locksmith in the world. But Eric! I have to try, Theo. If I don't, I'll never really know. Bye, Eric! Bye, Theo! Kiss Mama and Papa goodbye for me. Tell them I love them.
And so as the train carried me off into the night, I was at once filled with excitement and fear, uncertain of what adventures lay ahead. Yet I knew I was following my destiny.
We'll return after these messages.
That cool, refreshing feeling of Wrigley's spearmint gum puts a sparkle in your eye, a spring in your step, and makes things lots of fun.
It's that little lift from Wrigley's spearmint gum. It's that little lift. Come on and get you some.
That clean, fresh taste Wrigley's spearmint's got. That little lift that means a lot.
It's that little lift from Wrigley's spearmint gum.
Wow.
What you eating, babe?
Nothing, honey.
Oh, you can tell me.
Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch.
So what makes it taste so good?
Nothing, honey.
Oh.
Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch.
Looks good, Private. What is it? Nothing, honey.
You love the honey, you love the nuts.
When you've got the special taste of nuts and honey all wrapped up in a hearty crunch, what more can you say?
Looks good, Sergeant. What is it?
Kellogg's Nut and Honey.
Nothing, honey.
Crunch.
I want something round and crisp, buttery tasting, a taste so good, oh, nothing will take its place.
It's not just anyone, it's the only one that'll satisfy me. When I want a cracker, I want a Ritz.
When you want a cracker, one taste comes to mind. Golden buttery Ritz crackers. They're delicious anytime.
When you want a cracker, you want a Ritz.
Thanks, son.
Once upon a time, there was a king who was not pleased with any light mayonnaise. Take it away.
It doesn't taste good enough. Not thick enough.
Until he tried New Hellman's light mayonnaise, the best tasting light. And then, what's this?
Good enough.
Thick enough?
Of course. It's New Hellman's light reduced calorie mayonnaise. Half the calories. The best tasting light in the land.
Now, back to our story.
Come on, officer, listen. I ain't no baker. I got a wife and kid in Cleveland.
What, Bob?
You're making a mistake.
Anna to hold you. When I get back, you're gonna wish you'd picked another train to hop.
All right, everybody out. Everybody out now. Let's go. Hear me? If I have to come in there, you're gonna get the beat of your life. Understand me? You better come out now or I'll break your head!
Hey, kid. If you know what's good for you, you'll hightail it out of here before the Yardbull gets back. Can you hear me, kid? Get out of here. Scram. What are you doing?
You, sir, are about to witness a feat of escapism never before seen in this part of the world.
Hey, you! Get away from there!
Whatever you're doing, you better hurry it up.
Usually doesn't take this long.
Name's Slats Carson. What's yours?
Eric Weiss.
Pleased to meet you, Eric. Where'd you learn to pick a lock like that?
I'm a magician.
Oh, yeah? Can you make us disappear?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Hello, officers.
I thought Chicago'd be bigger than this.
It is.
What do you mean?
Chicago's a lot bigger than this, kid. This is Kansas City.
Kansas City? But I don't want to be in Kansas City. I want to be in Chicago.
You must have hopped the wrong train, kid. Come on.
Sorry. I hope you're all right.
I'm fine, thank you. You sure are in a hurry.
He's in a hurry, all right. Let's go.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, my. Aren't I the clumsy one?
You go to the right, I'll go to the left. That'll throw him.
Good idea.
Nice to meet you, Eric.
Good luck, Slats.
I think you went down here.
Citizens, gather around and prepare to be astounded, to disbelieve your eyes, to have your lives changed forever. For we together are about to enter into a world of mystery and wonder, of sorcery and legerdemain. And I, your very humble servant, Dr. Tybalt Grimaldi, peerless mysteriarch of the plains will act as guide and interpreter. And now, without any further ado, good citizens, for the first time in North America, I present to you the palingenesia, the dismemberment and regeneration of the human form. Ladies and gentlemen, you may think you see before you an ordinary wooden cabinet. You are wrong. This is no ordinary cabinet. This is a cabinet of death. A hellish trap of doom, whose gaping jaws await only a tender morsel. A dear, sweet, ingenuous child, pulchritudinous and tender of age, and mine own granddaughter, the fair flower, Calpernia. Any questions? None? Excellent. Are you ready, my dearest child?
Yes, Grandfather, I'm ready.
Then, brave child, go into the box. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I shall insert into the cabinet these blades forged of the finest steel. Their razor-sharp edges, thirsting for blood, hungering for flesh.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you. Excuse me.
Quartered. Hacked to pieces. And yet, good friends, and yet, can this be true? She lives. Are you all right, my dearest Calpernia?
Yes, Grandfather. Although I must admit I feel a bit scattered.
Scattered, you say? Well, well, well. I shall rectify that immediately.
Calpernia, Calpernia. Never had I heard such a beautiful name. I could hardly wait for this vision of loveliness to be reassembled.
I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, I have performed this trick over 1,000 times. And I have yet to misplace a part. And now, 1, 2, 3. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the palingenesia. Totally reassembled and apparently none the worse for her terrifying experience, the radiant Calpernia. I thank you. I thank you. In return for the miracle you have witnessed this evening, I ask no recompense, but merely your kind indulgence a moment longer to introduce to you Chief Greywolf, medicine man of the legendary Minotook Indian tribe. The noble gentleman you see here tonight is the creator of the most remarkable tonic the world has ever known, Wizard Oil. Ladies and gentlemen, I call your attention to the bottle which I hold in my hand. The miracle of the ages, good friends, the magic elixir of the Minotaur. And what do we ask for this amazing potion? The king's ransom? Never. A double eagle? Don't make me laugh. Wizard Oil, the sovereign remedy of the Minotaur Indian, the purest, safest, most effective medicine known to the white man's world, can be yours, good citizens, for the meager sum of 25 cents, $1/4 $5. A good day's work indeed. Ah, miracle of the ages. You know, John, this is grand stuff, but I do believe the only thing it cures is thirst.
Ow!
Who goes there? Identify yourself immediately.
Eric Weiss, sir.
Weiss? Weiss? Do I know you, Mr. Weiss?
No, sir. It's Dr. Grimaldi.
Then why are you lurking in my bushes like a sneak thief?
Well, saw the show, sir. And, well, I was wondering if you might need someone. Well...
Spit it out, lad. I haven't got all night.
I want a job, sir. I want to join your world of wonders.
Well, you could have saved yourself that bump on the noggin, Mr. Weiss. I have nothing available.
But I'm a magician. Watch closely.
Not bad. Not bad at all, Mr. Weiss. But I have plenty of those.
Wow.
Do you have any other talents worth mentioning, Mr. Weiss?
I'm also an escape artist. I can escape from anything.
Really? Anything?
Yes, sir. Anything.
John, get us some rope.
That's Grey Wolf, medicine man of the Minotaur, isn't it? Creator of the most remarkable tonic the world has ever known.
You're a most observant fellow, Mr. Weiss. That is Grey Wolf, but he prefers to be called by his Christian name, John Parker. John is a full-blooded Minotaur. A fierce race of nut tires, the Minotaur. If you can get out of his bindings, you can call yourself an escape artist without pretense.
Hello, John Parker. My name's Eric Weiss. Doesn't he speak English?
John, unfortunately, is mute. He understands everything you say, but he is unable to reply. Very well, you may begin.
Grandfather, is supper ready? Oh, hello there. What are you doing here?
Hello.
Are you and Mr. Weiss acquainted, my dear?
We met this morning in the city, although he was in quite a hurry, so we haven't been formally introduced.
Ah. Mr. Weiss, my granddaughter, the radiant blossom, Calpernia.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Weiss. Grandfather, why is Mr. Weiss tied up?
He is auditioning for a position as escape artist, my dear. Do you think a genuine escapist would be a worthy addition to our show?
I think it would be a wonderful addition.
Continue, Mr. Weiss.
I told you I could do it.
So you did. So you did. Well, then, you have yourself a job. That kind of determination deserves a reward. Perhaps we'll have you do that trick in the show.
Thank you, sir.
But, Mr. Weiss...
Yes, sir?
You're going to have to learn to do it a lot faster.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
We'll continue after these messages.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick. Yeah. Whoa! The goodness of milk is a real health kick. Health kick. Yeah, milk. You pour a glass of milk real tall, getting calcium and vitamins and loving it all. Looking good. Well, come on, everybody, milk's that kick. Health kick. Do that kick. Come on, everybody, do that kick. America's favorite health kick.
This could be a carpet's most damaging enemy, ordinary fruit punch. And it's about to put these two pieces of carpet to the test. One is new DuPont certified Stain Master carpet. The other a leading carpet with the best known stain guard. After cleaning with just water, the Stain Master advantage becomes obvious. Unbelievable? Prove it yourself at this display in carpet stores everywhere. Because until you've seen it, you've never seen anything like it. New Stain Master from DuPont Carpet Fibers.
Wendy's presents hot and juicy hamburgers. If you've ever had a dry, chewy hamburger, you're gonna love Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers. Wendy's new big classic, soft Kaiser roll, juicy meat, juicy toppings, and lots of napkins.
Orville Redenbacher.
Yep.
Here's another microwave popcorn trying to be like yours.
Well, let's just see what my testing department says. Ladies?
Compared to other national brands, Orville's Pop's lighter and fluffier. So you get more popped corn. Theirs just doesn't measure up to yours.
And now for the ultimate test, ladies.
Orville Redenbacher, the first and last name in popcorn.
Hi, I'm Charles Gibson.
And I'm Joan London. Monday, Sally Field and Tom Hanks join us on Good Morning America.
Also, Ali Sheedy and Ted Danson, Monday on Good Morning America.
Now, the president of the International Federation of Leprechauns.
You know, right now, there'll be a lot of St. Patrick's Day sales, but only one sale is good enough to receive the official Leprechaun seal of approval, Highland St. Patrick's Day sale.
Right now, get this programmable VHS video recorder with wireless remote, Leprechaun approved at just $198.
Highland, I tip my hat to you. You earned our seal fair and square.
Hey, where should I put this free video equipment you wanted?
What a kidder.
Good morning. Burger King presents breakfast to go. Yeah, to go. Crust sandwich to go. French toast sticks to go. Breakfast to go. Burger King, the best food for fast times.
Being cool, you'll find, is a state of mind, a refreshing attitude. Things get hot, cool is all you got. You're doing it country cool. Mountain Dew. Chill on out when the heat comes on with the cool, smooth Mountain Dew. Doing it country cool. Mountain Dew. Doing it country cool.
WNWO-TV, the star of Northwest Ohio.
I was to receive the princely sum of 2% of the gross receipts per week in compensation for an assortment of duties, all unspecified. The road west was interminable, the transportation uncomfortable, and the food at most times indigestible. But none of it mattered in the least, for at last I was in show business.
You know, Eric, you remind me of me at your age. Earnest, diligent, extremely well-intentioned, but with just a touch of the scoundrel that leaves us unwilling to follow the common path. My own father, for example, wanted me to become a cooper, a barrel maker. Can you imagine Dr. Tybalt Grimaldi making barrels? Neither could I. Though, of course, with a little diligent application, I no doubt would have become the greatest barrel maker in the world. But my heart just wasn't in it. And after all, that's what's important, what's in here. Even with magic, anybody can do tricks, Eric. The real magic comes from a magician who has spirit, who has vision, who has heart. Never forget that, Eric.
Nobody had ever spoken to me like that before. Here at last was someone who understood what I'd been dreaming about all my life. Magic.
But there's one more thing you should learn as a member of this august company.
What's that?
How to handle a team of horses. Just keep them pointed in the direction of Abilene. I'm going to lie down. All this talk of magic has exhausted me.
I brought you something to eat.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice of you.
She sat beside me. There was a strange stirring in my stomach. I assumed it was love, although at that time in my life I had nothing to compare it to.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, I wanted to speak, to dazzle her with a torrent of impressive thoughts, but found myself struck dumb in her presence. So I uttered the only thing that came to mind.
This is a very good apple.
I wanted to throw myself under the hooves of the horses. I was so embarrassed. And yet, I took consolation in the thought that our relationship could only improve. Although I missed my family desperately and kept up a regular correspondence, I was beginning to feel very much at home with the Grimaldi troupe. I'd already fallen completely in love with Calpernia. And I felt as close to Dr. Grimaldi as if he were my own father. But John Parker was a different story. Him I couldn't figure out. I was inexplicably drawn to him, and he knew it.
Well, night has fallen. It's off to bed for the good doctor. We have a long trip ahead of us. Good night, Eric, my boy.
Good night, sir.
Keep at it, lad. You'll master it one day, I'm sure.
John? John? Take it easy, Wolf. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Oh, boy. Morning.
Time to get up, Eric, my boy. It's almost 6:30 and we have a lot of work to do. I have a new trick to show you. Came to me in the night, positively inspirational. But first, nourishment. Eric, go fetch some water. John, old fellow, let's get started with that breakfast, huh?
I'm sorry.
Don't go. You don't have to go.
What's wrong, Calpernia? Is there anything I can do?
I don't think so. Unless you know a trick to get someone out of a marriage.
What do you mean, marriage? Whose marriage?
Mine, I'm afraid.
You're getting married? When? To who?
To a young man who lives in the town of Ellsworth.
Oh.
But I don't love him. I hardly even know him.
How can you marry him?
A year ago, our wagons were destroyed in a fire when we were in Ellsworth. A man named Johnson offered to lend us some money in order to rebuild, but Grandfather didn't have anything to use as collateral. The man's son had been trying to court me since we got to town. So I offered myself as collateral.
But didn't Dr. Grimaldi object?
Of course he did. He refused to even consider it. But I insisted. We needed the money, Eric. There was no other choice.
I I feel as badly about this as you do, my boy. In fact, I have taken steps to remedy this situation. Over the year, I have accumulated a sum which I hope Mr. Johnson, as a gentleman, will accept as a down payment.
But what if he doesn't accept?
We must continue to think positively, Eric. Are you still in there, my boy?
The panel's stuck. I can't get it open.
I'm a reasonable man. Mr. Johnson is a reasonable man. We shall be reasonable together.
But we don't have to go to Ellsworth. We could go somewhere else.
A little slow, but not bad for your first time.
We could go to Coffeyville, or to Topeka, or to Dodge City. They'd never find us. We could go all the way to California.
A fine idea, Eric, but they would find us no matter where we went. We're not exactly traveling incognito, you know. All right, let's try it again, and this time, kindly remember to close the bottom panel when you leave.
But she doesn't love him.
Eric, everything will be fine, I promise you. I'm not exactly lacking in powers of persuasion now, am I?
Yes, sir.
Good lad. Now, what do you think of the trick?
It's fine. But I think I know a way that we can make it a little more exciting.
So far, so good. Excellent! Excellent!
So what'd you think?
Terrifying. Having the rope break was positively genius. You've taken a standard trick and turned it into something sensational. Eric, my boy, I think you've got a future in this business of ours. John, you'd better get started on a new trunk. We're going to debut this trick in our very next stop. And so, gentlemen, let me present my newest and most sensational discovery. An escape artist unparalleled in the history of magic. Gentlemen, please welcome Eric the Stupendous.
Hey, he's just a kid.
A kid, you say? Young perhaps in years, but ancient in experience, for no mere child could possibly perform the feat you're about to witness. An escape he has brought all the way from his native, Bulgaria. Yes, all the way from Bulgaria. And now I will confer with Eric in his native tongue. Nugvag istas osmin, Eric?
What?
Go along with it. It makes the trick more exotic.
Clarn.
Clarn, yes, of course, Clarn. Eric says, on with the trick. And now, if one of you gentlemen will kindly step up here and examine this trunk, you will find it to be a sturdy enclosure.
I'll do it. Seems okay to me. No one can get out of that.
But you're wrong, sir. Eric will escape in a flash.
I got a $20 gold piece, says he can't.
A wagering man, eh? Yes, let me take this up with Eric. Iglats Glorbefaven?
Flapgraden.
Eric says he accepts. And now, gentlemen, prepare to be astounded. Eric, if you please.
You don't mind if I do that, do you?
Not at all, sir. Here is the padlock.
Don't need it. Okay, kid, down you go. Get in there.
chain.
What is this?
Just a little something to make sure this is on the square.
Most irregular, sir.
Come on. Open. All right, you guys get on that rope over there and hoist it up.
I appreciate your assistance, sir, but really, this padlock is made of the finest steel available and is more than adequate for the task.
Grandfather, do something quickly.
You win, sir. Here is your money. I concede.
That's a bet. I want to see if the kid can do it.
I urge you to reconsider, sir.
Please, sir, put it down. The rope won't hold him.
It's set to break. I insist you put it down this instant.
I can't believe this is happening.
Please, sir, I'll give you $100 cash. Just set it down now.
All right, kid, do your stuff. How do you say, are you out yet in that Bulgarian talk?
I can't believe this is happening.
It's all my fault. I shouldn't have let him talk me into this. God in heaven.
Look! Look at there! He done it! He done it! Here you go. Fair and square. Brother, that's the dangest trick I ever seen.
Trick. Brother, it's a miracle.
We'll return after these messages.
He's like one of my children. I would do the same thing for my children. I would, pick out what's best for them. Pets become very, very important parts of our lives. And I think we would do just about anything for Charlie. He gets what he wants. That's why he gets Calcan. I like the meatiness. I like the texture. I like the gravy. Charlie gets lost in a bowl of Calcan all the time. It's not the only cat food we've tried. It was not the first cat food we tried, but I think it's the last cat food that we'll try.
See if your cat prefers Calcan.
To break free. To reach new heights. Master new skills. To meet the world on its terms and yours. Feel the pride. Show the world your U.S. Navy. Live the adventure. Call 1-800-327-NAVY.
Look, I want to see other people. I just need some space. We can still be friends. See ya.
The way to cool down is clear. 7-Up.
Feels so good coming down.
Long John Silver's is the perfect place to learn the value of $1. Right, boys?
Mrs. Salmich.
What is this?
The seafood platter.
And these?
Fish, shrimp, clams.
Excellent. And the seafood platter's price?
$3.99.
Right. And that is?
Value. Can we eat now?
Long John Silver.
May we eat now?
Sounds good to me.
If you had 5 seconds or less to say or do anything you want on national television, what would you do?
I don't honestly know.
Well, think about it, because an ABC crew is searching the entire country to find and film people just like you.
Make us laugh, inspire us, but get out there and show us what you've got.
Keep watching for details on where and when the ABC American Eagle is coming to your area.
Come on, America. Show us your best side.
We now return to the Disney Sunday movie.
This Mr. Robert Houdin says that what happens on stage isn't as important as what the audience thought happened on stage.
Clever fellow, Robert Houdin. I've often said the same thing myself.
What do you think happened today, Dr. Grimaldi? How do you suppose I got out of that trunk?
You mean you don't know?
I remember feeling it begin to fall. And I closed my eyes tightly and waited for it to hit the ground. The next thing I knew, I was standing on the stage.
Perhaps there wasn't enough oxygen in the trunk, which caused you to lose consciousness. That's why you can't remember how you escaped.
That could be it, all right.
There you are. Another mystery solved through the application of scientific deduction. Well, on for bed. Good night to one and all.
I'm very glad you weren't hurt, Eric.
Thanks. So am I.
Well, good night.
Good night. I guess they could be right. I maybe passed out or something.
That's not what happened at all.
Yeah, but how else could I... Excuse me, but did you say something? You can speak. Say something else.
What did you have in mind?
You can speak. But how?
Same as everybody does. No magic trick about it.
Why haven't you said anything before this?
Didn't have anything important to say. Until now.
Did Calpernia and Dr. Grimaldi know about this?
No. This has to be our secret. Just between you and me. Promise you won't tell. Or I won't tell you how you got out of that trunk.
You know? How?
First, promise.
All right. Okay, I promise. Not a word. Now, how'd I get out of the trunk, John? How'd I do it?
Maybe I shouldn't.
Yes, John. You should.
I don't think you're ready to know. You're very young.
I'm almost 14. I'm practically a man.
I suppose you are. Long before the white man came to this land, there was only the Indian. The Indian found that wherever he went, he was confronted by an enemy. So he asked the Great Spirit for help. You have given us much, Father, the Indian said to the Great Spirit. But we cannot fish like the bear or hunt like the panther. Give us something that we might survive among our enemies.
Magic?
Not magic. Power.
The power.
I will choose one among you, the Great Spirit said, and I will teach it to him. He will be very special. So the Indian waited for the chosen one to be made known to them. Then one day, a young brave named Walking Dog found himself stranded on a precipice face to face with a hungry panther. Walking Dog knew he was about to die. He shut his eyes tight, calling out to the Great Spirit. And when the panther leaped, Walking Dog vanished. The panther sailed over the precipice to his own death. Moments later, Walking Dog reappeared. That has been the way ever since. A chosen one is made known, and he is given the chance to learn how to use the power.
Gosh. Do you think that happened to me? Did I vanish out of the trunk? Am I a chosen one?
I'm afraid so.
Does this mean I get the power?
You have it already, but you don't know how to use it.
How can I learn?
To learn how to use the power, you must become a man of wisdom. You need to learn from a chosen one.
John, are you a chosen one? John, could you teach me how to use the power? You said yourself I'm a chosen one. Aren't you supposed to teach me?
You may not be ready. You may be unworthy. And then the Great Spirit will blame me for wasting a lot of his time.
But I am ready. I know it.
I may not be allowed to teach to a white man.
Well, could you ask the Great Spirit about it? Maybe he'll make an exception in this case.
You don't ask the Great Spirit for anything. You wait for him to tell you. I'm gonna need a sign.
What kind of sign?
I won't know till I see it.
The power.
This is no ordinary cabinet, ladies and gentlemen. It is a cabinet of death, whose gaping jaws await only a tender morsel. A dear, sweet, ingenuous child, mine own granddaughter, Calpernia.
Grandfather, what is it?
I'm afraid it's the Johnsons, my dearest.
Grimaldi, we come for the girl. Less by chance you have the money you owe me.
Yes, well, I've managed to accumulate a portion of the sum, approximately 50%.
You ain't got it, Pa. The gal is mine.
Mr. Johnson, I appeal to you as a reasonable man.
A bargain's a bargain, Grimaldi. Our deal was for payment in full.
She's real pretty, ain't she, boy?
Get your hands off of me.
Sir, unhand my granddaughter.
She may be your granddaughter, Doc, but she belongs to me now. Where's that preacher? You boys go fetch that preacher back over here.
Sir, I demand that.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
You heard the lady. Let her go.
Well, who are you, little fella?
I am Eric the Great.
Oh, yeah? Well, what makes you so great, Eric?
This.
Yeah. That's real good, kid. Let me show you a trick.
Wes, leave that be. No killing.
No, I think you better go before there's any more trouble here.
Well, you're too late, boy. 'Cause you already got trouble.
That away. Now!
Paul, that was a rattler!
What's going on here? What's the ruckus? Wes, put that sidearm away.
Marshal, this kid started the whole thing. He attacked me with ribbons. Then he threw a rattlesnake at me.
Rattlesnake?
Yeah, but I drilled it. There it is.
That?
I'm telling you, Marshal, that was a rattlesnake.
Come on, Wes, let's go. Mount up.
This ain't over, kid. You're still promised to me, girl. I'll be back.
All right, folks, wake it up. Everybody go on back about your business.
That was pretty good. Best trick I ever saw.
It wasn't a trick. That was the power. There's a big difference, boy. Remember that always. And if someone ever suspects that you have the power, deny it. Deny it until they believe you. Remember that always, too. That's your second lesson.
You're teaching me. You got the sign, didn't you? You got the sign.
You stood up to those men, knowing that they might kill you. That took courage. I knew then that you were worthy.
I told you I was. Oh, boy. Just let those Johnsons try something now.
No. You have a lot to learn. For one thing, you must never use the power for revenge. Otherwise, it will be taken from you.
All right. I promise I won't use the power for revenge. Now, when do we start?
At first light.
Whoa!
Sometimes I think the Great Spirit is losing his senses.
Angela Lansbury in Bedknobs and Broomsticks on the next Disney Sunday movie.
Did you know Lay's guarantees we'll like these jalapeno and cheddar potato chips?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get another flavor free.
We can?
Sure. Nah.
Lay's brand jalapeno and cheddar. Bet you love them or get another flavor free.
Carnation instant breakfast. You're gonna love it in an instant. So rich and frosty, it's one nutritious breakfast you're gonna love. Carnation instant breakfast. In regular and no sugar added. You're gonna love it in an instant. Tell all the world.
The Made in the USA label. It matters so much because of what it really stands for.
Tell all the world.
It stands for the quality of the clothes we work in.
And the style and fashions we play in.
And it stands for America, for what we are today.
And what we'll be tomorrow.
Tell all the world.
So ask for and buy apparel and home fashion that say, Made in the USA.
Tell all the world. America matters. America matters to you.
Would you like to have something sweet? It'll be my treat.
All this
enjoyment is brought to you by all the things sweetened with NutraSweet instead of sugar. Something you and your child can appreciate.
Would you like to have something sweet?
Just look for the swirl.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, hold tight a little longer, be close a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness smells right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on. While you chew it, say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
ATV accidents are killing or injuring thousands each month. Many want them off the market, but manufacturers blame it on operators. Monday, watch ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good morning. Burger King presents Breakfast to Go. Yeah, to go. Crust sandwich. To go. French toast sticks. To go. Breakfast to go. Burger King, the best food for fast times.
He used to come to me with comic books and say, Mommy, would you read this to me? Tell me what this is. And I used to feel bad because I couldn't do it. By me not being able to read, I robbed my child out of a lot of childhood stories and characters. Some things I can read for myself and some things I still can't, but I am trying. I'm more proud of myself. I'm not the person in the dark anymore, you know.
It's never too late to learn to read. If you need help, or if you can help someone else, call this number.
WNWO-TV, the star of Northwest Ohio.
We now continue with the Disney Sunday Movie.
'93, '94, '95, '96, '97, '98, '99, 5,000. I followed his instructions exactly. 5,000 paces west from the edge of town. Sure this is the place.
This is the place, all right.
John! Where did you come from?
I was here all the time. You just didn't see me.
Will you teach me how to do that? Up here out of nowhere?
Later.
But I want to learn now.
A man of wisdom is a man of patience. Now we have a long way to travel. Better get started.
Where are we gonna go?
To the mountains. Over there.
There aren't any mountains over there, John.
Close your eyes. Now do you see the mountains?
How can I see the mountains with my eyes closed?
A man of wisdom can see, even with his eyes shut. Now concentrate, boy. You have certain powers already. Use them. Clear your mind and concentrate. Now do you see him?
I think I can see the horizon.
A man of wisdom must be able to see beyond the horizon.
I'm trying, John.
I knew this was going to be a waste of time. I'm leaving.
No, John, wait. I can do it. I know I can. It's working! It's John, the mountains, I can see them. This is wonderful. John? John? John, help me! John, please!
Concentrate. Trust your imagination.
I'm trying, John. I'm not falling. I'm not falling. I'm not falling. John, I'm flying! This is the greatest trick ever. I feel so free, so powerful, like I can do anything.
Imagination is the greatest power a man of wisdom can possess, Eric.
Imagination? You mean this isn't real?
If you believe it's real, Eric, then it's real.
I believe it. Where are we?
Where would you like us to be?
What?
Where would you like us to be?
I wouldn't mind being someplace a little more familiar. John, what's happening? How'd we get back here?
Don't ask me. You did it.
I did? Gosh, I'm getting pretty good at this.
You still have a great deal to learn, boy. First, I must teach you how to see.
I thought you already taught me how to see.
I taught you how to see with your mind. Now I'll teach you how to see with your eyes.
I can see with my eyes already.
You look, but you don't see. I'll show you. Take a look around. Do you see it? Do you see it all?
I think so.
Then show it to me.
What do you mean?
Show it to me. You have the power. Go ahead. Show me what you saw. That doesn't look right to me at all. I think you should try again.
There. How's that?
But what about people? And the horses?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about them.
And the grass? And the sky and the trees? And what about the details?
Details?
You're still looking, Eric. Not seeing. Now, you are beginning to see.
I'm getting pretty good at this, huh?
Not too bad for someone so young and inexperienced. But you still have the most important lesson yet to learn.
What's that?
How to choose the right path.
The right path?
A man of wisdom knows what he wants and how to get it. He knows how to choose the right path.
I don't understand.
You want to be the greatest magician in the whole world, don't you?
Yes.
Then use the power to get it. Right now. Just snap your fingers and everything you want can be yours. That's the easy way.
Really?
No, Eric. Don't listen to him. He's giving you bad advice. A man of wisdom is patient and determined. He knows the easy path is not always the best way. No, Eric, don't be fooled. This one is lying to you. He's teaching you to become weak. Eric, a man of wisdom, gives to the world as much as it takes. You have the power to be better than all the others. Stronger, richer.
Which one of you do I listen to? Which one of you is telling me the truth? Which one of you is you?
It's me, Eric. Here, you have learned the final lesson. This is yours. The power belongs to you now.
Don't you have anything to say about this?
I'll only say this, Eric. Don't listen to either of us. Listen only to your heart. Take the crystal, Eric. Everything you want can be yours.
No, I don't think so. John? John? John?
Don't miss Angela Lansbury in Bedknobs and Broomsticks on the next Disney Sunday movie.
We are the sunshine of your life, Minute Maid. That's why we'll always be around.
We are the taste that starts your day, Minute Maid.
If you thought there was more to Minute Maid than great taste, well, you were right. There's more vitamin C than most other chilled orange juices.
Minute Maid. Minute Maid. We are the sunshine of your life.
Every day at 7 a.m., over 6 million people wake up ready to battle plaque, armed with Listerine. Listerine reduces plaque by up to 50% over brushing alone. For better oral hygiene, fight the battle against plaque and bad breath with Listerine.
First day of work.
Well, wish me luck.
You'll do fine.
Wanna make a good impression.
I hear there's a new kid starting today. Oh, I hope he's cute. We're open in a few minutes,
What
sir.
if they think it's a little late to start a new profession?
Hi, how you doing?
You got what it takes, you know it's true. Bet you'll show them a trick or two.
Let's see, that's 3 bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits, 1 egg McMuffin, 2 sausage muffin with egg, and 1 large OJ.
Are you sure you never did this before?
Thank you. Come again.
How'd it go?
I don't know how they ever got along without me.
Almost home. Chocolate chip cookies that taste almost homemade.
These are great. I can almost taste the recipe.
You're tasting their great chocolate. Deep, dark, richer chocolate.
I taste molasses.
I have never tasted chocolate like this in a chocolate chip cookie.
I taste brown sugar.
This is premium chocolate.
Almost home chocolate chip cookies. You can almost taste the recipe. You can definitely taste the chocolate.
I used to bake chocolate chip cookies like this.
Saturday. Every time I think I'm beginning to figure out life down here, something new pops up.
Starman moves to his new night and time.
You know, Dad, you really take the fun out of seeing a science fiction movie. I mean, when I was growing up, I loved the thought that there were little green men on Mars.
They're pink. Saturdays at 8, 7 Central.
Now, back to our story.
There, there, my child, don't cry. Everything seems darkest before the dawn. Look, here comes young Eric.
What's wrong? What's happened?
The Johnsons have sent word they're coming back for Calpernia, and this time they're bringing a preacher. Where are you going?
Stop them.
It's no use, Eric. There's too many of them. There's nothing you can do. It's too dangerous.
Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. Oh, by the way, do you know where John Parker is?
Haven't seen him all day.
Well, when he comes back, don't tell him where I've gone.
Who is that?
Well, looks like that kid from the sideshow, Wes. You know, one made a fool of you in town.
Oh, he made a big mistake coming out here. He's on our land now.
Johnson!
What are you planning to do?
Hi, John. What are you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd come out here today.
Somebody's got to stop him, John. That Wesley Johnson's got no right to take Calpernia's hand, debt or no debt.
I told you, you can't use the power for revenge.
I wasn't going to use it against them, John. Honest. I was just going to try to reason with them. I'd only use the power to defend myself. That'd be okay, wouldn't it?
Self-defense, huh? What did you have in mind?
Well, for example, I thought it would be okay to do this.
No, you couldn't do that.
Oh. Well, could I do this?
That might be permitted.
Say, that boy's fast, huh? How'd he do that?
I don't know, but he ain't gonna do it again.
Wesley, put that rifle away.
Just don't slow him down, Pa. How about if I did this?
What's going on here?
I'm afraid I have to say no.
Well, if I couldn't do that, then I know I couldn't do this.
What in tarnation is going on here?
You definitely cannot do that.
I don't know what's going on here, and I don't care. Yow! Yow!
But what about that kid? What about my gal?
There's your business, Wes. Get on out of here. Get out.
No thanks, he can have her. Yeah, come on. John, I'm really glad we had this conversation. I wouldn't want to abuse the power or anything.
You are showing definite signs of becoming a man of wisdom. And now, I have something to give you.
Does this mean that I know how to use the power now?
This is just the first step in a life of many steps. Learning to use the power is a lifelong process. I have taught you all I can. The rest is up to you.
can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I give you Eric, Prince of the Air.
Why do you do these things, Eric?
I'm going to be the greatest magician in the world.
We magicians must stick together.
Eric, you're a magician. For you, Mama. I can't be a locksmith, Theo. I'm a magician. But Eric! Gotta try, Theo. If I don't, I'll never really know. I'm also an escape artist. I can escape from anything.
A bet's a bet. I want to see if the kid can do it.
Please, sir, put it down. The rope won't hold it.
It's set to break.
I can't believe this is happening.
Eric, are you all right?
I think so. How did I get in here? What happened?
You've been unconscious, my boy, for 3 days.
3 days?
Since the accident.
What accident?
The accident when you did the trunk trick. Don't you remember? You were in it when the rope broke.
But I got out of the trunk.
You didn't get out. Fortunately, you were thrown clear before the trunk smashed to bits at the bottom of the canyon. You've been unconscious since then.
But what about the Johnsons?
Very strange about the Johnsons. They left town about a week ago. Nobody really knows why. Very mysterious. They just up and left.
Of course they left. It's because John and I chased them out. Didn't we, John? Tell him how we chased them out.
John can't speak, Eric. You know that.
Yes, he can speak. He just doesn't speak because he doesn't have anything important to say.
John doesn't speak, Eric, because his tongue was cut out by scalp hunters when he was a boy.
You mean it didn't really happen?
Better rest, boy. You've had a nasty bump on your head. It's obviously confused you.
It all seems so real. It seems so real.
It all seemed so real. Yes, well, there you are. The closest I ever came to a mystical experience, and it was only an hallucination.
No, thank you. No, I've had enough. Your one mystical experience, and it was just a dream. The result of a rather nasty smack on the head.
I'm afraid so.
What became of the others? The Indian, the gal, Dr. Grimaldi.
Grimaldi passed away 2 years ago, God rest his soul, at the Steel Pier in Atlantic City, where he was still performing the palingenesia and peddling his wizard oil. 25 cents, $0.25.
And the gal, Calpernia. What became of your great love?
It faded and became great affection. About a year after I left, she married a newspaper fellow from St. Louis and was, at last word, expecting her 4th child. My one consolation was that she named her eldest boy Eric.
And the Indian, what happened to him?
One morning, shortly after I awoke from my strange dream, John Parker vanished. He went out to gather some firewood and never returned. We searched and searched, but could find no trace of him. Grimaldi thought that he had gone back to his tribe.
What did you think?
At the time, I thought that he had changed himself into a wolf again and disappeared into the wilderness. But now, I think he probably went back to his tribe.
Oh, God bless my soul. Look at the time. 5 a.m. We've talked the entire night away. Well, I must be off. You know, Houdini, you never cease to amaze me. Well, my dear chap, many thanks for the evening's entertainment. All of it.
The pleasure is all mine, Arthur.
I expect to see you again. Oh, good night, my dear old chap.
Good night, Arthur.
You know, Houdini, perhaps what you say about the magical is true. Perhaps some things are just tricks. Hmm?
Perhaps some things just are, Arthur. Perhaps some things just are.
On the next Disney Sunday movie, join the fun with bedknobs and broomsticks.
My dad's desk. Pledge kept it beautiful for 21 years. Now Enda says, build up. Come on, Pledge is self-cleaning. It cleans away old polish as you dust, protects and cares for wood. Pledge, a fresh shine every time.
The simple way to get calcium is nature's way, from dairy foods. 3 servings a day can easily give an adult the 800 milligrams you need. It's that simple. Dairy calcium. Calcium, the way nature intended.
I put these beauties aside for you. Everybody's eating more vegetables.
That's why Campbell's added more vegetables to their vegetable soup.
Pasta, sure. Rigatoni, tortellini.
Pasta's not just noodles these days, so Campbell's put seashell pasta in their minestrone.
Cheese? You love cheese on anything.
So Campbell's gave you nacho cheese soup dip. As your tastes grow, Campbell's is listening and growing with you.
Campbell's soup is good food.
Try Campbell's dry soup in a box, too.
College can be a lonely place your first year, especially if no one seems to care it's your birthday.
Feeling bad.
Feeling sad.
Don't make a fuss.
You got us.
Amazing what a card can do when you're feeling blue. When you care enough to send the very best, go to Hallmark.
It's a world of family ties, lots of fun, and homemade pies, and M&M's chocolate candies on Mom's desserts. Kinfolk recall the old home place and see the past in a brand new face. M&M's and family fun go hand in hand. All the world loves M&M's, pure milk chocolate joy for everyone.
M&M's chocolate candies. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Burt Reynolds, Catherine Bach, Mary Lou Henner, Tony Danza, and...
Promise, sir?
Cannonball Run 2. Next.
Next on the Disney Sunday movie.
I think it's an excellent idea.
Meet a most unusual witch.
My first broom.
With a most unusual spell.
1, 2, 3.
And share a magical adventure. Angela Lansbury in Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And coming April 5th to the Disney Sunday movie, a modern classic, the network premiere of what USA Today called a great movie, Disney's epic adventure, The Journey of Natty Gann.
For an early look at business news, watch our comprehensive new business report, weekday mornings at 6:15 on ABC's World News This Morning, before Good Morning America.
This is Charles Gibson.
And Joan London. Monday on Good Morning America, Sally Field and Tom Hanks talk with our Ron Reagan.
Also, Ted Danson and Ali Sheedy. Monday on Good Morning America.
Tomorrow night at 8, an undercover sting backfires for MacGyver. Stay tuned now for Cannonball Run 2, the ABC Sunday night movie. Next.